T.I.'s son, King Harris, has been arrested after not appearing in court and some other things connected to his action.
Trying to coddle him for. Let the man walk off, have some time to himself, sit down, soak it up, and come up with what he need to do.
Once the heir to one of hip-hop's most iconic dynasties, King Harris is now struggling to hold on to the crumbling pieces of his life. If we had told you just a year ago that the prince of the Harris Empire would be at the center of such a vicious public collapse, you might have laughed us out of the room. But the headlines don't lie, and neither do the leaked videos. From the viral footage that left nothing to the imagination to the swirling accusations about who fathered what and when, King's reputation hasn't just taken a hit, it's been hit by a freight train. We're watching the carefully curated brand of the Harris family come apart at the seams, one messy revelation at a time.
Our issue with King. First off, the kid's a menace, right? He goes around. No, I'm serious. Yo, King, listen. King goes around terrorizing the community of Atlanta, bro. That's a fact, bro. I'm serious, bro.
We've all seen the clips. The shaky, pixelated video that somehow makes everything look seedier. The kind of footage that can strip even a trust fund celebrity bare in front of the world. Within hours, it wasn't just trending, it was being dissected by everyone with a smartphone and a thirst for chaos. Fans, trolls, even self-appointed moral authorities jumped into the comments with their opinions and diagnosis, making King's mistakes a group project for the whole internet. But the real damage wasn't just to his image. The Harris name, which once stood for Atlanta royalty and luxury, now feels more like a cautionary tale. The family's own kitchen table has turned into a battlefield. Allegations are flying, trust is gone on arrival, and everyone is quietly wondering which one of them will crack on camera next. And yet, the chaos isn't confined to Instagram stories and YouTube reaction videos. What's unfolding behind closed doors is darker, stickier, and a whole lot more unpredictable. T.I. and Tiny, usually quick to turn drama into reality, TV gold, have found themselves managing a genuine disaster. The word inside the Harris home is betrayal. It's not just the humiliation of seeing their son's private life spill out in public. It's the suspicion that someone on the inside, someone who knows the real secrets, might be playing both sides. We've heard whispers that what started as a family crisis is turning into an outright civil war. T.I. in one corner, Tiny in another, King in freefall, and everyone else just trying to dodge the shrapnel. It's not just about one bad night or one careless mistake anymore. This is about legacy, money, and power. And right now, it looks like nobody is in control.
I was trying to get to the bottom of things with King, trying to see if he having
Huh?
Whoa.
Why you coming out with this word?
Because King got a little friend, and he be in love like he's a lover boy.
Yeah.
No, I'm not, I'm a virgin. It's other things than
That between him and his.
The internet firestorm would be bad enough, but as we all know, scandals don't travel alone, they bring friends. Just as King tried to lay low, the paternity bombshell hit. The question everyone is asking, is King really the father of the new baby? For a moment, it almost felt like a sick punchline. After all, this is a family that has spun every kind of drama into a ratings bonanza. But when rumors started swirling about a secret DNA test, the tone changed. Some allege that the Harris camp knew the truth long before the baby shower, long before the blue and gold balloons, long before the Instagram stories filled with congratulations and forced smiles. Was this celebration nothing but theater to protect a brand? We know T.I. is no stranger to strategy. He's a chess player, not a checkers guy. But did the King of the South really approve a cover-up this blatant? Or did the deception come from deeper in the entourage? Someone close to the family claims this was handled at the highest level. You don't throw a party that expensive unless you're sure, or unless you want the world to believe you're sure. And that's not even the end of it. Because right now, the sharpest knives are coming from inside the house. As the baby shower videos made their rounds, Simba cakes, matching balloons, Nana glowing and camera ready, another narrative quietly started to leak. Maybe King's big love story with Janae was just a PR maneuver, a last-ditch effort to rehabilitate a son's tattered reputation. According to at least two sources who've done work for the Harris machine, there was serious talk of a managed romance, a made-for-Instagram relationship constructed to give King some good press and maybe even throw off the scent of deeper trouble.
You hold to know better than being out there and engaging in adult activity.
While the public sipped their morning coffee and debated baby shower decor, the Harris house itself was on lockdown. Tiny and Zonique were first to clap back online, waving away the rumors with an eye roll and a sassy retort. But for every denial, the whispers only got louder. The viral TikTok claiming King failed a DNA test shot straight to the top of the gossip algorithm. Did Nana really not know who the father was? Was T.I. quietly fuming over wasted dollars and a shattered family image? The real answer, for now, is anyone's guess. And that uncertainty is gasoline on the fire. The Harris clan is circling the wagons, but every defensive Instagram post just invites another round of speculation.
Making mistakes. I ain't had no daddy who'll pull up and get on my anytime. Things I did, you can't get away with.
And in the middle of this train wreck is King himself, a young man who grew up with cameras in his face, now forced to fight for his credibility on two fronts, against the internet and against his own blood. It's easy to forget, with all the memes and snarky tweets, that this is a family that once made unity their calling card. Da ia family tied like I iamide. We all we got for life, ima ride to da heavens or the depths of hell, bout my June year 2 year wrote recently, but even that post, half defiant, half defeated, couldn't bury the smell of panic. Because whatever front they put on for the public, the cracks are showing. The world is not just watching, they're analyzing, theorizing, betting on how it will end. It's open season on Harris family secrets, and every cousin and ex-assistant with a story to tell is ready to collect their 15 minutes.
Same to me, I ain't really got too much to say on it. Just, getting my hustle on, stacking my bread.
So what that mean, getting your hustle on,
Stacking my bread, that's what that means.
Meanwhile, King is trying desperately to write his own redemption arc. He posts clips of himself holding the baby, rapping his father's old songs, grinning wide for the camera. Maybe it's genuine pride, maybe it's calculated image rehab, or maybe it's a 20-year-old trying to fake confidence in a room full of sharks. For every moment of domestic bliss he shares, there's a new headline about his latest misstep. Let's not forget he's already had run-ins with law enforcement, arrested in Georgia, found with substances on him, a firearm on his hip, and a look in his eye that says he's not interested in anyone's advice, least of all from T.I. The father-son dynamic here is one for the reality show ages. T.I. calling him out, Tiny trying to keep the peace, King digging in his heels and insisting he's standing on business. Even the family's infamous Atlanta Falcons sweet scuffle, complete with a headlock, a live stream, and a pacifier reference that will haunt King for years, was less an outlier and more a preview of what's been boiling under the surface for a long time. Of course, the Harris brand has always thrived on drama, but this is different. This isn't a storyline you can resolve in the third act with a tearful hug and a group selfie. The stakes are higher now. The questions about the DNA test have turned the narrative into a public guessing game, with the family empire itself hanging in the balance. One influencer even dared the family to hold off on any more celebrations until after we get the DNA test. If there's even a chance the rumors are true, what does that mean for King, for Janisha, for the baby that's been paraded across social media like a trophy and a shield? The Harris family is used to being in control of their story, of their brand, of the script. But this time, the internet is holding the pen, and there's not a happy ending on demand.
If you are going to be emotionally attached to how they receive it, if you're going to have an emotional attachment to their opinion.
For a moment, let's not ignore the generational tension simmering here. T.I., who once declared himself the king of the South, is now being forced to watch as the next generation tests the limits of family loyalty, media manipulation, and public perception. The older Harrises have weathered their share of scandals, VH1 cancellations, lawsuits, even criminal allegations that nearly torpedoed their careers. But as T.I. himself once put it, be careful what you ask for, because known as the king, they gonna put the target on your back. That target is now squarely on King, and instead of a kingdom, all he seems to inherit is chaos. There's a kind of grim poetry to it. The son who rebelled against the silver spoon upbringing, insisting he was made tougher by real hardship, now finds himself drowning in a different kind of struggle. For every internet commenter urging him to grow up or be a man, there are just as many saying the whole baby story is a calculated distraction, a cover for something much more explosive. We've heard from industry insiders that several family friends stopped returning calls the day the video dropped, afraid of getting pulled into the quicksand. There's no telling how far the fallout will reach, or how many alliances inside the Harris camp will survive the year.
A great family, man. I see you how you blended your family together. And it's not easy. And that's what I want to ask you about. It's not easy.
One thing we do know, for the Harris family, the old rules don't apply anymore. T.I. and Tiny have always played their cards close to the vest, but the new reality is messy, unpredictable, and, for the first time in a long while, completely out of their hands. With rumors, legal threats, and viral videos threatening to become permanent fixtures in their legacy, the only real question left is who, if anyone, will manage to land on their feet when the dust finally settles.
How do you feel with, because now that the evolved T.I. is also the even more of a father T.I., because not only are you just a father, you have to be a father in the industry, because all your kids are in the industry.
Man, damn. Yeah, that's I ain't see that one coming.
Behind the velvet rope, what we're hearing is a family war raging with no signs of a truce. It's not just that King and T.I. are butting heads over a social media meltdown, it's that the stakes have turned existential. T.I., never shy about discipline, reportedly sees King's spiraling choices as a direct threat to everything he's built. One insider says the studio has gone silent, the house tense, and you can almost hear the clock ticking down on patience. Heated arguments are now standard fare. If the cameras were rolling, this would be a series finale with record viewership, but no one in this mansion wants any more reality TV right now. The dynasty that once paraded unity is turning on itself with old wounds ripped wide open. T.I.'s frustration is legendary, but even he looks powerless in the face of King's self-destruction. We're told he's privately furious, fuming over every reckless post, every new headline that chips away at the family's legacy. The image of control, so carefully protected over decades, is now being tested in real time. And for once, there's no director yelling cut. Meanwhile, Tiny, the matriarch who always played peacemaker, is left scrambling to keep the walls from collapsing. She's torn between loyalty to her husband and maternal instinct to shield her son, but the pressure is impossible. Tiny's social media clapbacks have gone from playful to desperate, her online persona morphing from cool mom to frontline firefighter. Some family friends have started to wonder if the emotional toll is finally catching up. She's exhausted, you can see it in her eyes, confides a source close to the coddle side of the family. Tiny's efforts to bring everyone together, whether it's a baby shower or a music video cameo, now look more like damage control than genuine celebration. There's an undercurrent of panic in every public appearance, every Instagram post, every group photo. We've seen this with celebrity families before, but what's unique here is just how much is riding on the outcome. Not just one son's reputation, but the entire Harris brand.
Damn. Yeah, that's I ain't see that one coming. You know
Really?
what I mean? Nah, I didn't.
As for the Harris damage control machine, it's gone into overdrive. Forget just one PR team. By all accounts, there's an entire network working around the clock, fielding calls, monitoring trending hashtags, and keeping journalists at bay. Reports say legal advisors have been called in for consultation, and publicists are on standby, ready to issue statements at a moment's notice. And yet, every attempt to clamp down on rumors seems to backfire. The louder they shout that the gossip is fake, the faster it spreads. 3 industry veterans say they've never seen the Harris family so rattled. You'd think they were prepping for a presidential campaign, not a baby, says one longtime Atlanta promoter. Even the extended family has started to splinter. Sisters and cousins who used to defend King online now keep a strategic distance, quietly liking posts but never commenting. Everyone's learned the hard way that one wrong word can fuel the next viral firestorm. At the center of this, the question of loyalty gnaws away at every bond. The Harris family once prided themselves on handling conflict in-house, but now leaks and whispers are everywhere. Allegations that someone close to King, perhaps even in his own inner circle, has been feeding information to bloggers and influencers have sent shockwaves through the household. Theories are flying. Was the story of the DNA test leaked intentionally to force a confession? Did the narrative about Janijah's relationship originate inside the house? A calculated distraction from something darker? No one is talking on the record, but everyone is talking off it. Every new rumor is a test of trust, of loyalty, of family bonds. In the past, the Harris playbook was clear: show unity, deny everything, and pivot to the next project. Now they're running out of moves. The old script doesn't work when the cast refuses to stay on message.
You should be rapping about the things in your life that you have in common with other people who may not live like you.
Meanwhile, King's attempts to reclaim his image play out under a microscope. Each time he posts a song, poses with his baby, or drops a new soundbite about standing on business, the internet dissects it frame by frame. Some fans still root for a comeback, hoping this is just a phase. Others see a young man losing his grip, lashing out for attention or validation. And while King insists on his independence, repeatedly reminding anyone who'll listen that he's nobody's puppet, the optics say otherwise. Is this a case of youthful rebellion gone too far, or are we watching a deliberate campaign of self-destruction? Even his allies seem uncertain. Friends who once hyped up his music now post cryptic messages, suggesting that trust is in short supply. The question lingers. If King is determined to go down swinging, will anyone in his corner be left standing with him? Let's not forget the outside threat circling. The Harris name has always attracted opportunists and enemies, but lately, even casual acquaintances are cashing in on the chaos. More than one former associate is shopping tell-all stories, and at least one ex-road manager has hinted at explosive secrets involving not just King, but T.I. and Tiny themselves. Every DM is a potential leak, every innocent conversation a liability. Lawyers are working overtime, firing off cease and desist letters and tracking down who said what to whom. The damage control isn't just about patching up headlines, it's about keeping the entire empire from crumbling under the weight of betrayal. One wrong leak, one unguarded interview, and this family could find themselves at the center of a scandal no amount of spin can fix.
Really, I really admire his dedication and commitment to the craft, because, you know, I kind of told him what was wrong about it.
The public spectacle has reached a point where even casual observers are playing detective, drawing family trees and mapping timelines like this is the Kennedy assassination all over again. Did the Harris family know about the DNA test before the baby shower, or did they really learn the truth alongside the rest of us? Why did King remain silent while his mother and sister did the dirty work online? Was the baby shower just a distraction, a way to buy time before a much bigger secret came out? We've been sent tips, screenshots, and entire dossiers from self-proclaimed insiders, each one more sensational than the last. It's as if the internet itself has joined the Harris family war. Every meme and hot take, another grenade tossed over the fence.
For your kids in your eyes,
what does success look like for my kids and my doing what they love and earning a living, like being able to take care of themselves, doing the things that they love, the things that fulfill their passion. You know what I mean? Allowing them to follow their dreams and just create.
And while King tries to steady the ship, T.I. faces his own set of complications. The patriarch's reputation for toughness is now a double-edged sword. In one sense, it's the only thing holding the family together. No one doubts he'll defend his own, come what may. But in another, it's become a lightning rod, attracting every criticism and accusation imaginable. Even some longtime supporters admit that T.I.'s efforts to control the story have backfired. He's playing chess while the rest of the world is playing TikTok, a former label executive jokes. But nobody's laughing inside Harris HQ. For every show of unity, there's a new video of father and son nearly coming to blows. The infamous Falcon Suite argument still fresh in everyone's memory. The phrase, "you are embarrassing yourself and your family," hangs over every family gathering now, a warning and a prophecy rolled into one. With Tiny caught between worlds, supportive spouse, protective mother, public figure, she's forced into the role of peacekeeper, but the job is thankless. Her Instagram feed is now a battlefield, a place to defend the family honor and swat away rumor mongers. But the real struggles are happening off camera, behind doors that once seemed impenetrable. What happens when a family built on exposure suddenly wants privacy? What happens when the cameras won't stop rolling, even when the family wants them off? If there's a PR textbook for this, the Harrises seem to have lost their copy. Every new move feels reactive, defensive, and at times, downright desperate. What's clear is that the Harris empire, for all its bravado and success, is at a crossroads. Once masters at flipping adversity into opportunity, they now find themselves trapped in a cycle of crisis management. Each attempted fix triggers another eruption. Every family meeting, every closed-door strategy session just breeds more suspicion. The old lines, family over everything, the dynasty comes first, ring hollow when it's clear not everyone is on the same page. Even the famous Atlanta mansion feels different now, less like a castle, more like a fortress under siege.
Not being forced to do something that you really don't want to do just to get paid, just to feed yourself.
Word.
You know what I mean? That's success on any level.
All right, well, let's get into the record.
In the midst of all this, the public fascination has only grown. Social feeds are ablaze with fan theories, rival crews are using the Harris chaos for clout, and even rival celebrities are quietly snickering at the drama. There's no denying that some are rooting for the downfall. A chance to see the king of the South finally knocked off his throne. But others, perhaps more cynically, wonder if this is all just the setup for the next big Harris project, the ultimate pivot to a new reality series or viral hit. Could it all be calculated? Or is this the rare case where even the puppet masters have lost control of the strings? As King pushes forward, posting, performing, insisting he's standing on business, the shadow of the scandal only gets longer. Each denial from the Harris family is met with fresh skepticism. Each attempt to shift the narrative spawns a dozen new rumors. And with new allegations and social media receipts popping up almost daily, the story feels like it's still accelerating, not winding down. We've watched celebrity implosions before, but the sheer scale of this one, spanning generations, industries, and continents, has the world glued to every twist. The question isn't just whether King can salvage his own image, but whether the Harris legacy itself is now at risk of being rewritten in real time. So we have to ask, is this the end of the Harris dynasty as we know it, or just the next act in a saga that refuses to let anyone look away? Will King claw his way back from scandal and emerge stronger, or is the damage too deep, the betrayals too raw for any real comeback? And in a world where secrets never stay buried and every misstep is forever online, does any celebrity family ever really recover? We want to hear from you. Can King Harris turn it all around, or has his downfall already been written in the stars? Will the Harris empire survive another scandal, or is this the moment the dynasty finally collapses? Drop your thoughts, predictions, and wildest theories in the comments below. And remember, in the world of celebrity drama, the truth is always stranger than fiction. Until next time, keep your eyes open and your notifications on, because in this saga, anything can happen.